Hi guys, this is Betamax Man, and these are a customer's machine. So these two are gonna need to be repaired. I'm not sure what state that these are in. First thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna plug in the top one here. This is the SLHF R70. And then we've got a SLHF 600, which is one of the more common one that this one seems to be one that everybody wants. And it's more of a mid-line model. I actually have one of these. So, and I did have one of these, but and I sold it a while ago. Quite a long time ago, actually. Probably last year. I had a couple of these that I sold last year. So let's plug it in. I'll plug the top one. Now there's a tape stuck inside this one. So we'll get the tape out and then we'll set that tape aside and we'll make sure we get that shipped back to the customer. We'll see what else is on that. We'll see what's on that tape. So it's got tape inside. Okay. Well, it does power on. Okay. Oh, I see what it wants to do. Okay. So I'm going to take the top off. Let's just hit play. What happens if we do that? Nothing. This thing is completely, this thing is not working properly at all. Yeah, this thing is now completely, so we're going to have to unplug it and then plug it back in. But we're not getting any. The solenoid's not even activating. Solenoids. Well, it looks like it'll play. It's got a severe stiction problem. But when you hit eject, it doesn't unthread the tape before it, yeah, it's not unthreading. Okay. So I don't hear that solenoid engaging at all. That solenoid should actually, you should hear it engage. And I'm not hearing that. So, okay. So we've got a problem with this one where the solenoid's not engaging. Yeah, so let's see what this other one's doing here. Probably should take the screws off and take a look at it, but okay. Well, the power supply's working. I wonder what's going on with this one. I could put a tape in it. I got a tape I could put in. Yeah, well, I don't know. Should I dare stick a tape in it? I don't know if I want to do that because Well, it'll be stuck in there probably, but I don't really want to put anything in that put something in that I don't really care if it gets chewed or not. So let's put in, let's see what I want to put in because, yeah, let's put this in. We'll put this in. I was just thinking of what I wanted to put in it. Oh, it won't even. So this one won't even accept the tape at all. So let's go ahead, we'll put this, we'll get that in, power supply. There it goes. So I think that switch might have been dirty. But I don't have any volume meters. Oh, there they go. So it's probably just a switch that was probably dirty switch. So I think the switch just wasn't making good contact. But it seems like the audio is working. Does rewind. Fast forward. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, well now it's not working. So we need to take a look at the cassette housing on this one, and the door is not even opening up when you eject. And that wants to suck it in. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we'll see if the head's turning. Okay, well it just stopped. It played for a few seconds. And then it stopped. So let's see what we can do, because this one's acting a little bit strange. Now, why the door is not opening up, I suspect that there's probably a bad probably a broken tooth. The door has plastic teeth on the one side, and sometimes those plastic teeth will shear off. They just break right off because the plastic is very brittle. Okay, well now it seems to be playing. Now we won't know until we hook it up to a TV, but it seems to be playing okay. But yeah, eject. It's not. unplug it. I don't want it stuck in my tape back in. Alright. Get the tape out. And now the door is stuck. There we go. This one's got a problem with cassette housing. Probably got more problems because he wouldn't have it sent in for repairs if it didn't have something wrong with it, right? So, yeah, we'll take a look at this one. This one is actually a mid-range model. It's a mid model, right there in the middle. So this one is a 3-head machine, and it has frame by frame, and it has good pause. And I believe it does have, I don't think it'll do slow motion, but I do know that it will do frame by frame, and it will do perfect pause. And of course, most of the Sonys, they only recorded in 2 and 3. As you can see, it says 2 and 3. So pretty much after the 70s, they kind of started doing away with the Beta 1. Being able to record in Beta 1, you can't do it on a lot of the 80s Beta machines. After about 1982, 83, they kind of like stopped you from being able to use Beta 1. Of course, they'll always play them back, but they won't be able to record them. That was kind of the downside with most of the 80s betas, that they couldn't record Beta 1. Of course, if you had an SLHO 750, of course, they will record in the Beta 1S, which is not the original Beta 1, but Beta 1S has a little bit better picture than the original Beta 1 anyway. So, that was the only thing that sucked that Sony did in the early 80s, you know, I'm thinking 82 is when they kind of didn't want you to be able to use Beta 1 anymore, because basically nobody wanted to only be able to record an hour's worth of video. You know, they wanted to have at least a 2-hour recording, and so Sony reduced the tape speed, and of course that allowed you to put a full 2 hours on an L500 cassette or a K60. Anyway, let's take a look at the top one, and we'll get his tape out. And so it seems like this one, more or less, that switch wasn't making contact. And then finally, when we put the tape in and activated that switch enough times, it cleaned the contacts and it accepted the tape. Of course, when you go to eject it, it's not ejecting correctly. So we'll have to fix that. We'll take care of that. And but this one does appear to work. It just has a problem with the cassette housing. So I think that's going to be the only thing wrong with this. Now, I'm going to hook it up to the TV, but I'm going to do that on Saturday. I'm going to take a look at these on Saturday and we'll see if we can get them going. So I'm glad it didn't eat my tape. This is my Dr. Seuss tape. It's going to be a test tape. So, yeah, and why this door is not lifting up is this. It could even have a piece missing, because I'm not the only one to get into these machines. Other people have been in it. So let's get the tape out of the SOHFR 70 and at least get the tape out. But so we know that one thing we know for sure is that the cassette housing has an issue, which is common, very, very common for these. So we'll be right back. Well, first thing I noticed right off is look how dusty it is. So I'm sure these machines have been just sitting around dormant for years. So what I'm thinking is definitely going on with this is that the solenoid is stuck. Now what happens is that the solenoid gets gummed up because it hasn't been used, and so this is what we need to, just moving it back and forth. I need to get some contact cleaner. We'll get some contact cleaner and spray in there so that we can get that switch clean, and so it'll move freely. So we're gonna plug it back in because I want to get the tape out. Now I can get the tape out. I just want to move the solenoid and see if we can get that solenoid to not stick. And I think by moving that solenoid, it won't stick anymore. I think it'll be okay. So, hold on a minute. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it wants to. I can get the tape out. That's no problem. Yeah, solenoid is definitely I don't know, that solenoid may not even be working. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we'll manually unthread. So you can just turn this gear here, and you want to turn the gear until it unthreads. And when your tape guides are back in place, and then we'll hold the lever and we'll push it over, and we'll do the ejecting. And I can hear the machine that was turning on, so Now I think when we go to eject, it might eject, but well, obviously he's gonna have some tape wear, but okay. Now what we'll do is we'll take one hand and pull this over like that, and with the other hand we'll move the tooth belt. And by doing this, I'm trying to do it one-handed here. You can see the tape. It's marked boxing. Hey, I think this tape would be cool to dub. I think this would be a cool tape to record off of. I think I'll record off of it because it says boxing on it. That kind of sparks my interest. Okay. So the tape's out. That's how you get the tape out. Stuck tape out. I'll take that off the guide. Oh wow, this is back coated. Huh. This is a Scotch. It's a Scotch because it's back coated. So he's got brown on the back side there, and then the regular color black on the. Oh wait, is this tape? Is this a chrome tape? Oh, this is chrome oxide. The chrome tape. That's an expensive tape. So it's got boxing on this one, and then what is that? Babes in Toyland, and it's been scratched out, and it's got a marking Bobby Concert. So this might have boxing, it might have concert video footage, who knows. So anyway, now you know how to get the stuck tape out. Now I've done a video on this before, but we'll just do it again just so you guys know. Now we're going to put this tape away. We're going to spool it back into its shell, and we'll put this away off to the side, and I'll put my tape in there and see if we can get the solenoid. We'll clean the solenoid, get that clean, and it'll start sliding back and forth again, and that should correct its problem with the ejecting, because it's not ejecting because the solenoid is sticking. So that's what's going on with this machine. So we'll clean the heads here too. So we'll put another tape in. We'll put my tape in, and it's one that I don't care if it gets chewed. So, but we don't want to chew the customer's tape. Well, something I noticed. This solenoid is not engaging when power is pressed. So the power sometimes does go out too, but yeah, it should click when you hit power. If it doesn't click once you apply power, this is definitely all jammed up. So we really gotta figure out as to what the problem actually is. Now, I do know that the solenoid does have something to do with the problem. So anyway, but we'll investigate it and repair it on Saturday. And I just wanted to make a video just to share this with you and to talk to you guys and let you guys know what upcoming projects that I have. So I worked on a few machines last year for people. I do get requests quite a bit for me repairing them. So anyway, but so now we know what's wrong with these machines. So the 600 has a problem with cassette housing. It may have other issues, I don't know. This one's got a problem with the solenoid activating. So should be fine, but it, you know, if we was to go and put a tape in this thing, it's not going to, it may not even play because it may not activate. Interesting. We don't, no, the motor's not kicking on either, so yeah, the motor ain't kicking on. Even though it's got a power light, well, with the solenoid not engaging, that could be causing the issue where the tape's not going in. Yeah, but that solenoid should activate, and it won't even, it's like it's just completely jammed. Like, that solenoid is not working whatsoever. It won't push in or pull out. So we have to fix that right away, otherwise we're gonna have problems. But if somebody's took the real table motor off and not put it back in correctly, that could be causing issues as well. So anyway, and I want to clean the circuit boards and clean the head drum and clean the top of the head, of course. Clean all the tape guides and everything. But that solenoid needs to be replaced, I'm sure of it. It's probably, it could be the real table motor not being put back in correctly, but I'm just kind of wondering if that solenoid has totally went out. It's like seized up. And there is metal around, the plunger is made of metal. And the tube, the hole that it goes into, is metal. And if there's, if this was in a unheated garage where there's a lot of moisture, will cause the metal to rust and stick to each other, so the solenoid will no longer engage or disengage, for that matter. So we now know what's going on with these machines, and we will fix it on Saturday. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. That would be very much appreciated. I'm wondering, also, I'm wanting to go into the power supply and do an investigation in there too, because you never know, you know, it could have. So I think it's got the original regulator in it. But it could be that the main mechanism isn't receiving power. That could also be an issue. But I'm pretty sure that the culprit on this one is that solenoid. And the other one, the culprit, seems to be the cassette housing. So, anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.